What's up? Welcome to Models and Agents for Beginners, episode 32 for May 8th, 2026. Today's AI news is pretty exciting, and I promise, no jargon. Let's go. So imagine you are in a long group chat trying to plan a school project with friends while also texting someone else about weekend plans at the same time. Bits from one conversation start leaking into the other, and suddenly details get mixed up or forgotten. That is basically what happens when people try to use AI helpers for real work like homework or small side jobs. The AI keeps track of everything in one running conversation, but after many steps, it can mix details or even invent facts that sound believable. Think of it like a busy waiter who is juggling 3 tables at once and starts confusing orders because the notepad is getting too full. This is not because the AI is dumb, it is because it has no separate memory folders for each task, so everything blends together. The result can waste time or create awkward moments, like handing in an essay with a made-up website reference. Here's why this matters for you. More students and beginners are turning to these tools for creative projects or quick help. The fix is often not a smarter model, but adding simple ways for a human to check the work first, like treating the output as a rough draft. You can test this yourself right now. Open any chatbot, give it 2 different tasks in the same chat, then ask it to combine them. Watch which details it keeps and which ones it mixes up. That quick experiment shows the memory limits in action. Okay, now for my favorite part of the show, where we slow down and really see how something works under the hood. Think of riding your bike down the street. Your speed changes in tiny ways even if you are not touching the brakes. First, you notice you are going faster. That is velocity. Then you feel yourself speeding up or slowing down. That is acceleration. Then comes the sudden lurch when you hit the brakes. That is jerk. It is like the change of the change. Now imagine those changes themselves start changing again. The 4th level is called snap. The 5th is crackle. The 6th is pop. It sounds like breakfast cereal, but it is really just a way to track how motion gets more complicated the longer you follow it. And AI builds a little world where you drag sliders and watch a dot move with all these layers at once. It does not understand physics like a scientist. It learned patterns from millions of moving object examples and guesses what should happen next. So next time someone mentions higher order derivatives, you can picture the bike wobble getting wilder as speed increases. That is the idea. And that is basically how these layered motion rules work. Not so scary once you see the bike example, right? Now let's look at some cool stuff you can actually try today. There is a simple web page that turns those same motion ideas into a toy you can play with on your laptop or phone. You drag sliders for velocity, acceleration, jerk, snap, crackle, and pop while watching a dot move across the screen. It feels like testing game character movement instead of doing textbook math. Go to the page, set only snap high while everything else stays low. Then switch to making pop high. Notice how the dot's motion suddenly feels different, almost like it has its own personality. That is the experiment. Another interesting update comes from the dating app Bumble. They are building an AI helper that suggests matches instead of making you swipe through hundreds of profiles. The AI would learn what you usually like and bring those people forward, almost like a friend who knows your type and points them out. You cannot try the new feature yet, but you can open the app now and think about which past likes or dislikes you would want the AI to notice. That quick reflection shows how the tool might save time while also raising questions about whether it narrows your options too much. Here are a couple of quick bits to wrap up the news. Meta is working on an AI that could browse Instagram and actually buy things for you, like a personal shopper living inside the apps you already use. It would handle browsing and checkout, so you don't have to, though it is still in early testing. In other news, leaders from the US and China are exploring formal talks about how to handle powerful AI systems. It is still early, but it shows governments treating AI like something that needs shared international rules. And that's a wrap. If any of today's stories made you go, huh, that's cool, go play with it. Curiosity is how every expert started. See you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at Anera Network. Links in the show notes. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.